welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Tuesday. And once again, the Barnes and Tony Show. What's going on, man?
Not much, dude. Stoked to be here. It's Tuesday. It's gloomy. A little tired, dude, but that's fine.
Oh, you're tired, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
In a completely different way, Tony.
You have a rough night?
Oh, I'm not tired at all.
Oh.
But I'm saying, I'm tired of not scoring. How about that?
Yeah, dude. No, I would be too, man. It's tough, dude. When I saw that 1-0 loss, the extras, I watched the highlight this morning. It's tough, man.
And imagine
Stanton's
if you watched
return.
the whole thing and you had a million opportunities and every little thing that you could do, just one little thing to win, you can't. And it's just every time, and it's I don't know if I've ever flip-flopped on somebody so quickly too, because I was kind of one of those, be patient, with Volpe things. And I know Ernie hasn't been a big Volpe guy. Matt's had it. But I'm at that point. I'm at that point now. I just feel like it's the same at bat every time, especially when it's a key situation. It's either swinging through the fastball, following it off, and then when he does put it into play, it's right into the ground. Had an opportunity with the bases loaded, I think, made the final out. I mean, just chopped it right to third, right into the ground like a sledgehammer. And then just also too, and it just because I feel like this rears his ugly head, and he's always at the top of the lineup. I don't care even if JC Escar is in the lineup. I mean, the way that he is in clutch situations, I mean, he should never ever be near the top of the lineup. I mean, at least for a long time till he proves himself. This whole lefty thing is absolute garbage. We see Stanton come back, make an impact last night. And sure, Bellinger just missed a couple balls. So I mean, that's not bad. But we know that other than Judge, I mean, Stanton is clearly the most dangerous hitter on this team. Just bat him back to back. Get it out of your head about this whole lefties and righties, and you're worried about this and that. And it's some of our hitters like Cody Bellinger have reverse splits anyway. So to just be worried about lanes and stuff. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. And I'm just so tired of seeing Anthony Volpe up there, in a key situation and just not getting it done. That was just disgusting. I mean, there's so many different things that I could point to, LeMahieu not getting the bunt down. But once Stanton comes up there to lead off the ninth inning, and you have a runner on a second, nobody out, chance to win the game. I mean, you got to do it. And then, you could do it in the 10th and the 11th, and you don't do it any of those times. Plus, you had other opportunities. Terrible. And I know that, it's the course of the season, this and that, but you get to, just a point where, I mean, it's just, you don't want to hear it. I mean, you just have to produce. And it's just right now, I mean, it's about as pathetic as you could get, from an offensive standpoint. And I was really surprised last night that they got shut out again, especially in 11 innings. Are you fucking kidding? I mean, that's just terrible.
Yeah. And I mean, not for nothing. It's, Soriano wasn't throwing anything crazy, dude. Yeah, I guess, Jansen's a good guy out of the pen, but I mean, he wasn't throwing anything crazy either. I mean, they were swinging at high fastballs, out of the zone and swinging around underneath him. It's just.
And then Strickland to come in there in the 11th.
Oh.
But just jump on the first pitch and just chop it into the ground. I mean, he's a chef. I mean, it's absolutely it's just so bad. I mean, there's just nothing. There's nothing, Tony, nothing good. You could say about that. And there's more to talk about this. And I know the whole thing is, they're going to be fine, but you just get tired of waiting. It just didn't seem like you were going to have to wait another day. And I know some people are talking about how, they think that the balls are dead, based on spin. I think Ernie was talking about that yesterday. Because, Bellinger had 2 balls and Goldschmidt that looked they should be gone. Even on the broadcast, they're saying, well, if the wind wasn't blowing. It's just here. Like,
you think it's dead balls?
I don't know. I don't believe that. I think it was maybe the wind, but it's just
I think so too. It seemed like it.
It's just so annoying. It's like you don't even know how to deal with it. It's that annoying, honestly.
Yeah, no, I listen. I get it. It happens. Like, the 1-0 loss to the Angels is really tough, dude.
But then after
don't have any offense, and
it's
after getting swept by the Red Sox, yes, dude, it's tough.
5 runs in 6 games, whatever it is. it's like I don't know how they let that happen, but yeah, it's just. And I know Volpe. What is he hitting? 7. Is he hitting 7th, 7, 8, 9? Right?
Yeah.
But just hit him 9. Just hit him 9.
Right.
And also it does seem like LeMahieu, like he had his hot stretch, but
cooling down.
That was just such a bad at bat there, to not be able to get the bunt down, and to strike out. It's just, I don't know. I don't. Is there any, I know, the long, all the rumor about the long season, the this, that, anything that, to me, I just think that's bullshit. And I don't know.
What do you mean?
Just that anything happened long season, you're gonna have bad stretches. But I just think it doesn't need to get to this point, regardless. If you're losing, but you don't have to lose like this. I just think it's not this.
Yeah.
I think it's an excuse.
No, I think I agree with that one. It does seem like that. You had so many hitters that were so hot at the same time, and now they're all seemingly cooling off. Goldschmidt in a big spot again. You expect him to honestly hit it out of the park, dude. Right? Same thing with Judge too. Judge is kind of in this cool down right now.
Yeah.
After statistically, obviously, just blowing away the rest of the league. But like you said, it can't that can't happen. It can't be all these guys in slumps right now at the same time. Because your best player Judge is in a little bit of a slump, doesn't mean the rest of the team can go and dive in there with them. It is, you can score 1. You couldn't score 1. There is no excuse for that, like you said. So it is not to say, I'm not sitting here and saying that it's troubles to come sort of deal. You are going to get out of it, but it isn't 1-0 isn't excusable. It'd be one thing if your bullpen imploded or something, or you lose this game 6-5 in extras or something, that happens too. But the scoring no runs against the Angels, you're facing multiple pitchers, you have opportunities with the ghost runner. It's you would expect a run to be scored.
And I didn't even know this stat, but obviously it makes so much sense. Wait a second. What was that? Oh, I guess because they didn't score. 1 for 18 with runners in scoring position.
That's wild.
That's not even including, when you had Jazz tag up from second to another bout where you could. I just don't get how you can't just in a game like this where okay, we've flown out a bunch of times, we've hit some grounders. Why you can't change your approach to just hit a line drive and do what I think it was Shonald did. Hitting that ball down the line in extra innings to score the run. It shortened up the swing, went out and get it, wasn't a perfect pitch. I don't get why you can't do that. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, no, like you said, there's no excuse really, dude.
Yeah.
But you're on to the next one. You got 3 more to go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, here you go.
No, that's good though. That's no. They could win the next 3.
No, they can, but I just it's tough because you know what I mean. The last few games were tough enough, but it didn't seem like it should happen here. So it's just tough to be just win the next one.
It just sucked too. Clark Schmidt was really pitching well.
Yeah, one of the best outings of his career, and really he should have been able to finish that inning, but because Judge went for the dive there, and then
Yeah.
the triple.
On the triple of that kid. That's right.
Yeah. But
that
yeah,
kid's
I
from
mean,
New
yeah,
York or
that's a good thing.
something.
I mean, you know, like Girardi was saying the other night, yeah, you pitch like this, you know, you're gonna score more, you're gonna win most of these games. But I mean, it just like, but I mean, what at the end of the day, like, I know we've had this conversation so many times since we even do the show, but it's just like, what does it actually come down to? I mean, is it just like when things aren't clicking 100%, like it's just a poor approach? I mean, is that
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that it
Lack
seemed
of
like the
adjustment?
entire lineup had trouble seeing the ball out of Soriano's hand.
yeah.
And then really threw them for a whirl. I mean, you know, not even just to see Stanton swinging at the classic low and away pitches.
But he had
like,
2
even
hits
though-
at least. He was
Yeah,
the
he had
best,
2
one
hits.
of the
I mean,
best
he-
hitters in the lineup last night.
Everyone else swinging underneath
Yeah.
fastballs, chasing changeups. You know, I mean, it was just like it just didn't like nothing. Like you said, like nothing was gelling. There was no chemistry. There was no feel to the game last night. And yeah, I mean, it just seemed like that any opportunity you had, like that Bellinger hit, and what was that? Was that in the 9th? Was it in the 10th?
That was in
The 10th. That was in the
10th.
10th. Yeah. Because he moved the runner up. But even so, dude, like watching that, I mean, maybe Bellinger knew it was going out, but I mean, the entire stadium thought it was. I thought it was.
No, and
when I
they
saw
said
that, dude,
if it wasn't for the win, it's out. And then
Yeah.
the game's over. It's like, I don't know. What I'm saying is it's just so hard to just like not be like completely tight and pissed off. But like we always say, I mean, it's just, you know, until you're in the handshake line after the game, I mean, it's not going to feel okay.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's not
it.
going to feel okay, dude.
You know, and I mean the pitching matchup tonight, you know, Warren obviously has been up and down this season, but was pretty good, you know, last time out against Kansas City. So, you know, you're hoping he can give you something formidable. And then Kyle Hendricks, I mean, he's been batting practice 5-0, but so
Yeah.
were the relievers that came in yesterday.
Yeah, Detmers.
You know, and you couldn't do anything against them. So you just hope that it's going to be now. I mean, you can't. I mean, 2 shots in a row. I mean, that's
Well, I mean, I think you're far from getting shut out by the Angels. I think. No.
What do you mean?
Oh, you're saying like shut out in terms of sorry,
The
I was thinking it's
Boston
sweeps.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I just think it's just bullshit at the end of the day, and you know, it just it's just tough. It's a tough feeling, but I guess you got to just move on to tonight and leave this in the past, and hopefully, I mean, that there's something that you're going over. But now, it's been up and down, but he's definitely had some good stretches. I mean, what do you think about what I said about putting Stanton right behind Judge? Because, I mean, Washington, I think it was twice last night at least, walked Judge to avoid pitching to him. But
Yeah.
I just feel like having Stanton there, I don't know. Even though Bellinger can hit one out, but I feel like Stanton's power, it's just like, I don't know. It's so much more intimidating for the other team. I just like him behind Judge.
No, yeah. I mean, I would agree with that. I mean, especially, if you look at it too, I'm sure the Angels will look at it the same way. It's like tonight, it's like, oh, well, Stanton had your 2 hits yesterday.
Right.
It's like,
You want to put him up. I mean,
yeah, like
it's not that attractive.
exactly, dude. So I would think it's a good move there. Yeah, I would. But again, I mean, like you said, Bellinger still. I mean, honestly, them, back to back is good.
It is. But I just feel like Stanton, even though, he's older and he's not 100% of what he was, but I just feel like he is that just ultimate threat where he could just put one out at any point. And I just like that because of this whole nonsense of, walking Judge. Okay, well, now you got to deal with Stanton rather than, okay, well, Bellinger, he's kind of going through it right now, or, oh, well, he's doing pretty well, but I don't know. He just, the swing, it's just a whole different thing. I mean, I feel like Stanton too, a lot of his shots are line drives. Bellinger definitely gets a lot of air. So, the wind's blowing like last night, they get caught up there. So that's just kind of my thought. I know they're not going to do it because Boone just has the obsession with the lefty, righty, lefty. But I mean, wouldn't that piss you off too? I mean, if that, right? I mean, it's just like that. You have to do that. Like, we'll put better hitters, but like lower in the lineup just because they don't bat from a certain side.
No, yeah, especially if it doesn't really work. If you're not seeing results,
like right now,
like that, I would probably stop doing that.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm not expecting anything different tonight in terms of a lineup adjustment. But I guess we'll see. And then you'd imagine Dominguez would be back in there after getting the night off. Same thing with Goldschmidt. He came in late, but he didn't get the start. So, we'll have to see. But we did get a couple of comments. We're going to talk more about this. But what do we got here?
Yeah, we have a bunch of comments, dude. We have Josh B here early and often saying, "Yo, what's good, fam?" I think there's a typo here. It says, "I hate good fam."
Wow, Josh B hates us now.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
And then he comes back in. I think the correction was good, fam. We also have John Pollock in the house saying,
boy.
"Go Tigers, still on top of the league, and please don't lose to the Pirates tonight." Just hi, guys.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude? Says what's up to Josh B. Josh B says what's up to Pollock, and then John Pollock says it hurts even more when you get shut out at your home ballpark. Plus, it was in extras. He says. Kev Dew in the house says, "Let's go. We want the smoke. Hey, Buckta, we don't want to hear about the late night contact with Ernie tonight. LMAO." Ernie. Michael did say yesterday that was the last time he would mention it, but we'll see, dude. I haven't heard from Michael yet, dude. My mother says, "Hi, fellas. Good morning, mom." She's definitely at work by now, and then that's pretty much it for the comments. Dude.
Kind of interesting. Up, no Ernie, no Buckta. Maybe they were just up all night texting.
Maybe they're together right now.
Yeah. Exactly. Maybe like a shadowing day at the dealership for Would that be a sight, Tony? Would that be?
It would be fascinating. Dude.
It would be fascinating. It would definitely be fascinating. And then Kev D says midday contact.
Nice.
But interesting too. I mean, not that interesting, but me, just every golf season, there's the peaks and the valleys. But recently, it hasn't been terrible, but it just hasn't been like good enough. So, got off to like an uneven start, yesterday. I think it ended up though, like finishing the front nine okay, like 45. But then the back, just had a few sixes, bogging down the score. And then it was, I've never had a turn of events like this. And I kind of get riled too, because, I just playing Gaynor Brandon so much, like I know the course so well. Mm-hmm. So it's the par 4 16th, okay? And I hit a liner that normally, like there is trees, but if it didn't hit any trees, it would have just went into the water on the other par 3, like just roped it left, like basically like a Stanton line drive, but got a lucky bounce. And it just came down right at the tree, punch out, and
nice.
It's a blind shot. I don't know if you remember this hole, but it's before 17, which is a par 3. So you're going to go up the hill. You can't even see the green.
Okay.
Hit an 8-iron within 4 feet. So I ended up getting a par after the tee shot should have been out of bounds. And then like in my head, I'm just thinking, okay, let's just like, we'll get back in the 80s here, mm-hmm. just par out. Yeah. Everything will be good. So tee shot on 17, I think it was playing like 162, hit a pitching wedge, corner of the green, just missed the putt, make the par, then go on to 18, and just hit a rope with a 7-iron, about 110 out, and then approach shot perfect, which wasn't happening, but just everything was just like dialed, and then get it to within 12 feet, putt with a lot of movement, fast, downhill, pin in the back, curve it in for bird to go out on the 43.
There we go.
88. So it just, I feel like I kind of have it down because like there's certain things that like mess me up. Sometimes like the putting goes awry, but I finally feels like now, okay, like I got it together. Sometimes I go like way too left, but I've just found, I don't know if you ever found this with golf, like just sometimes like staying back, like just gives you like more power, staying back and down and more accuracy. And I feel like that's when I'm going left. It's like, I'm like lunging forward.
Okay.
And now I just feel confident. Okay. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I'm just going to stay back and through,
Oh, interesting. Is that what you're taught? Like, cause I feel like normally, I feel like they do say to kind of like go like lean forward. No?
There's so many different things I've heard. You remember that lesson that, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like I've had all these lessons this year, but sometimes it's just like trial and error. Like It just feels like that kind of works the best. But I don't know. Yeah, I was just riled for that. But like I want to get back to like challenging for the career low, like type of thing. But Every time I'm in the 80s, though, I feel like I can't complain about that.
Yeah, really, dude. The hell.
So yeah, we'll see. But just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, dude. Did you see they had like a local amateur shoot at Oakmont like yesterday? I think.
What did he shoot?
93. Because they were like, oh, like what would an amateur guy like shoot at?
But is he like?
I forget what his handicap was. But
is he playing in college though?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't research like who he was. They
Okay.
gave him his handicap. It was really low.
But to me, that seems like amazing. Like it was from the pros.
Yeah,
team.
same tees. They said.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
And it was like similar weather out there. Brutal.
It's kind of crazy. Came up kind of quick, but right in our backyard, TBC Cromwell.
That's right, dude.
Signature event. So all the big names gonna be there.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I feel like the year on that just when it's always the week after the US Open, but it just came by so quick.
Flew by.
But yeah, so that's really that. But let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Jump it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game! Out of sight!
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes! See ya!
All right. So we kind of mentioned it already in the open, but just circling back here, Yankees dropped the opener to the Angels 1-0, 11 innings, 1 for 18 with runners in scoring position. They've gone from a season high 17 games over 500 to now only 13 games over 500. And I mean the offense. I mean, talk about a power outage. Shutout in back-to-back games. In their previous 5 games, they've only scored 7 runs. Not 7 runs, 5 runs.
Yeah.
Or no, 4 runs.
4 runs?
4 runs. 4 runs in 5 games. Just unbelievable. 5 runs. You're right. 5 runs in 5 games. But but yeah, as you can tell, definitely. I mean, it's just infuriating, and I know they're gonna get through it. But like I say, I mean, it just needs to be right now before we all just lose our minds to it, honestly.
What did you see in the lineup? Like, what did you see that you thought the hitters were?
Well, definitely like Volpe. I noticed every time first pitch, fouls it off, doesn't hit it right, and then hits it into the ground. That's what happens every single time. And then a lot of missing fastballs. Austin Wells, I think it was to go to extra innings. He's up with, a runner on. I mean, he's swinging at a ball way up here. Like Wells, man, like he can crush the ball, but his plate discipline is so bad. And, that was a pitch that was up. Usually, he's swinging at the stuff that's into the dirt, but it's just like, you gotta have better plate discipline. I don't know how, you make the same mistakes over and over again. And yes, like not Dominguez, but Bellinger and Goldschmidt, drove the ball well, wind, maybe brought stuff in, whatever. But that's the kind of things I'm noticing. And then also too, like I've mentioned this before. I mean, Jason Dominguez, is so important, to this team. And Grisham it's been he hasn't homered in forever. His average, was up over 300. Now it's at 243. It's like, why are we playing him so often? That's another thing. And I know, defensively, and I know sometimes maybe the metrics even say, oh, he's not that great, but it seems like he makes some good plays. He made some good ones last night. But it's just like, I want Dominguez in there. Like get him reps, get him comfortable. I just feel like him sitting 2-3 times a week, isn't good. And there's already a shuffle, from Stanton coming back. And I feel like it's, that's affecting Rice as well. And his averages went down. And you mentioned about guys getting cold at the same time. But that's one thing, that I would like to see is just, and I think get Grisham out of the leadoff spot too. It's like, if he's not hitting right now, like why are we batting leadoff? Like that just doesn't make any sense to me.
So you think like combination of, or lack of plate discipline and bad lineup changes is like attributed to the past 5 games, lack of offense? You think?
Yeah. And listen, I mean, Dominguez hasn't been lighting the world on fire either, but I just think, you play somebody more, they get more comfortable, they produce. And it's like with Grisham, it's like going into this year, yeah, sure. Oh, we want to play him more, but we weren't, projecting him to get 600 at bats. It's like, it's okay if he sits more. And I just think that there's just too much of that. And then the plate discipline. You have Volpe and Wells, highly disappointing.
Yeah.
LeMayo had his hot stretch. Seems like he's coming back down to earth now. But again, like, we weren't expecting anything there. So I mean, that's a position that we know we need to upgrade. But then the guys that are in there, have to produce. And I feel like, Aaron Judge had a good game last night. So did Giancarlo Stanton. Everybody else, I mean, sure, I guess Jazz with the 3 hits. That last one was kind of a lucky hit there. But I mean, it's got to be better. And it's just, like I said, it's infuriating to watch. And I'm going to be interested to see if there's any changes in the lineup tonight. Before we continue on, a bunch of more comments here. What do we got?
Yeah, we had quite a few more comments here. Let's see, dude. Kev Dew Halliburton only had 4 points. What a team leader, he says. SMH.
Nobody likes basketball.
He's dealing with a calf or ankle problem, I think. I forget what they said. But and then Patty in here says 4 more points than any Knicks in the finals in the past 30 years, dude.
Why are we talking about basketball, fellas?
And then Josh B says low blow for a non-Pacers fan, Patty. And he goes, sorry. Can't be hating people just because they beat your team in the year 2025. LOL. Kev Dude says, whatever. He's still mad Knicks beat the Celtics. Sad star player only had 4 points in a pivotal game. And then Patty says, love you, Kev.
Wow. Crazy, right?
Patty's a good guy.
Oh, yeah. Great guy.
Yeah.
No, he is, dude. That was awesome. Wait, I'm trying to think. Was that your first time meeting him or no?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Good interview with him.
Great interview, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like very, very natural on camera.
Oh, and speaking, I was just thinking that because he's always down with JD. JD's birthday today. So happy
no
birthday
fucking
to
way,
JD.
Dude. Happy birthday, JD, dude.
Texted him in the group chat before.
June 17th, man.
Yeah, crazy. These birthdays.
Yeah,
birthdays
dude.
all in a row.
Really sneaking up on us.
Yeah,
man.
So, I mean, I think, we get it offensively, and we already talked about it, but what a job by Clark Schmidt. His season ERA after last night, the 7-2 thirds innings, 4 hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts, is down to 3. Excuse me. Is down to 3.16. The bullpen I thought did a great job, and you could argue, Boone pushing for that second inning out of Loaizaga, but I don't know, that hit by Shawnell, I mean, it was on a ball, like, and he just, I don't know. I don't know if you could say that was because
it was down
he pushed Loaizaga. Yeah. I mean, really, so it's like, I don't even want to go there. I think it's on the offense for all those opportunities you had, not to come through. That's their fault. And, I think Loaizaga, relatively pitched well. And then I do see on here that Patty says the Yankees' inability to play small ball and extra innings concern you at all. Well, the only thing I would say, Patty, is in the playoffs, there is no ghost runner. But I know you could argue, well, you could still play small ball, but it's like, it's not even about, and we had a theme on this, a couple of years ago, the bunting. Okay. Remember how was big? Oh, we're going to bunt more. It's not even about that, but it's just string together hits. And we've done that this season. That's what's just is. I mean, I guess it's like, well, it coincides with the fact that, Goldschmidt was like red hot. I mean, his average was 360. Now it's, barely over 300.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's good at making contact. Obviously, we know Judge is good at making contact. But, it's the other guys. And Bellinger, sure, the 2-strike approach. But yeah, you just want to see more of that going forward. Wells, does Wells have it in him to shorten up on his swing and loop one over second base? It doesn't seem like it. It seems like he has to go all out and usually swing at balls. And I hate saying this because I love Austin Wells. But he's got to be better. Same thing with Volpe. And then, Josh also says they never play small ball in the playoffs when you need it most. And then Donna Lee says, good morning, all. Yeah, I mean,
Good morning, Donna.
all that stuff is true. And like I said, they had shown that ability to string together hits despite, leading, the league or near the top in the home runs.
Wasn't it her birthday yesterday, I think, Donna's birthday?
No, it was somebody else's birthday. Like
somebody else's. Oh,
I
okay.
think, anyway.
Yeah, I remember like maybe in passing seeing birthday, Donna, something. Even Mike said something. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, let me just see what because this is I don't actually know if I'll be able to get back to this because there's just so many. This is what he said.
So many friends.
This is crazy.
Is it
I
really
think
that
it's like
much?
wait.
Hold on now.
No, because I see
So I think I saw it on
oldest
Facebook.
brother Jay is 80 today.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Jay, dude. Let's go, Jay.
Yeah. So yeah, she does say my oldest brother
Turned
turned 80. So
80.
there you go.
There you go, Jay.
One step.
That's
ahead of
wild,
us.
dude. Imagine 80. Can you
Um,
imagine 80, Brian?
No.
You think we're having the same conversation about small ball and the Yankees?
God. I really do blame my grays on the Yankees, honestly. I really do. I really think it would be if we had won 4 in the past 5 years, I don't think I would have any gray hair. And it's just so annoying. And me and Matt have talked about it so many times, and it's just like it's impossible just not to care, So I mean, what are you gonna do? But and then Donna Lee also says yesterday, I'm not far behind. You still got a few years, Donna. And then
I would have guessed 30.
Patty says, just like you said, bunting aside, runner on second, no outs. You get the 2 strikes. Just to shorten up, hit a ground ball to the right side of the table. Yeah, exactly. Especially like Wells and Volpe, man. Like it's just homegrown guys. Like you wanted to succeed in the worst way, and you've seen them both have hot stretches. But I don't know. And I know you're not watching every inning, every at bat, every game, Tony. But doesn't it just seem like when you do see highlights and stuff, it's like what I'm saying, Volpe following pitches off, hitting it into the ground. Like how often is he hitting it on the barrel of the bat, hitting a line drive down the line?
No, never.
Josh B says we've seen him just not do it. And she also says today is my nephew's B-day, and he's the only one of the defenders that can play guitar. Well, happy birthday to him.
Wow.
And there's just not that type of hitters on the team. Well, Goldschmidt is, Judge obviously can, hit to all fields, and it's like Volpe at times has shown that. And it's just like. Same thing but in Jazz too. And I know Jazz likes to hit home runs, but we've seen him hit line drive doubles. Like he can do that. So I think it's just more of a focus on it. The ability, the capability is there. And it's just so frustrating not to see it. And then it's like I think Josh is just trying to ruffle my feathers because I've gotten like pretty heated with not with him specifically, but just everybody with JD's group chat about the Judge and the playoff things. Because listen, I mean, honestly, we never know what'll happen, but I just have always thought that, there's no way somebody to, his ability, is going to have another, like come this postseason is going to have another one of those postseasons. I think he's going to be red hot, honestly. And I know you could throw all the numbers out at me, with how he's done up to this point, but it matters what you're doing going forward. And I just think with the type of steps that we've seen him take this season, sure, this little cold streak aside, I think he's going to be ready to go. And I hope by then, especially with the way we know Stanton hits in the postseason, that they will bat him right behind Judge, because then that in the playoffs you're going to walk Judge to go to Stanton. Like I don't know about that.
Probably not.
So that's my case, but. What do you think though, Tony? I mean, what do you think about my thoughts about how law of averages, like he's gonna have a hot postseason
for a Judge in the playoffs? Yeah. I mean, you're probably not wrong. It would be very wild if he were to continue. I mean, we saw some of those numbers. I think 16 homers and over 200 at bats. Yeah. Over 7 years, he has a 200 batting average.
Because it's like 16 homers in 58 games. So, I mean, the pace really isn't that off. Maybe a little bit.
No, it's not crazy, but still.
It's the average.
The average, the strikeouts, dude. I mean, you can't be batting 200,
right.
Especially, I mean, we're talking about a team that, typically does make the postseason as well. So he's gotten, quite a bit of experience at this point. So, I mean, it just seems like that Judge needs, he is going to have one of those years where he does translate very well into the postseason. It could very well be this one. I mean,
Yeah.
he is already having a pretty historic season
Yeah.
for himself, you know? And so yeah, I mean, it could be this year. I don't think you're far off. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to not happen. You know,
Yeah.
like
Because the reason I've got into it because people say, "Oh, I'm tired of waiting." This, I'm like, well,
I mean, I understand
What do you want
that.
to trade him though?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Like, what?
He's like the most important player on our team. He's the only
Right.
reason we are where we are in the first place.
We can understand the frustrations, obviously.
Oh, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
obviously frustrated, but to
Mhm.
just say, "Oh, well, then he's not going to do it," because he hasn't done it. He's not going to do it because like nobody's ever struggled and then been really
Mhm.
good. That's never happened, right? Like that's what drives me crazy, and especially someone with his ability to doubt him. It just feels foolish at the end of the day.
Yes, it is.
So that's my 2 cents. But bullpen pitching good. Nice to have Stanton back. I hope they put him in the lineup again tonight. I mean, they've done crazy things, having someone miss 70+ games and bench him after one game. But the way he was hitting the ball too, we want him in the lineup tonight. And it's like Kyle Hendricks, he's got to top out at 88. Like, it's like, we got to hammer him. Just be ready for the fastball. I don't want to see Volpe fouling pitches off and hitting him into the ground. There's a reason we're minus 240 with Will Warren on the hill here. So the total is set at 9.5 as well. So just time to get the job done. Honestly, like there better not be any offensive problems tonight. Because they've really stretched it way past where it should be at this point.
Yeah, no, that is for sure, dude. That's for sure.
What do we got for the picks? Where do they go? 0-6.
You went 1-5, dude. But we both had bad nights. I went 2-4.
Okay.
So now we're tied. We're tied, dude. And honestly, we're not doing well. 45-51 is our record.
Embarrassing.
It really is.
I haven't even looked at TikTok, but I'm sure I don't want to.
Oh gosh, dude. Definitely not. Definitely not.
I
Dude.
feel like a good pick night tonight. And before we do that, I get one more from Patty.
Yeah, Patty here. With some, word to the wise, I guess, from him here. I'm on the side that he figures it out. He says, "What sucks is that every at bat, that pressure is going to continue to grow. I'm more so worried that you don't get production outside of him and Stanton," which I think is more of a reasonable worry to have.
Right, but I'm counting on Bellinger, Goldschmidt, and then you need Volpe or Wells. I mean, that's what it is.
You need something, Brian.
Yeah, a little something. What else did he say?
He says Rays.
Yes,
minus 1.5 was the lock, dude. Wow.
Text that in the group chat. But
the Mets. The Mets. They're playing tonight, dude.
Who's their series against?
Atlanta. You have Atlanta then Philly back to back, dude.
Okay.
Big series. Big 6 games coming up.
You
dude.
nervous?
I mean, yeah, a little bit, dude. These are you're almost in a similar situation, just getting swept. Speaking of the Rays, you're coming into this series. Braves kind of,
desperate.
You could say desperate, kind of the wounded cub, dude. But still, I mean, they're still the Braves. You still have problems with them. I was just looking at Peterson's career stats against the Braves. Not good. I think his ERA is a 5.7 against the Braves. And obviously Peterson, I think he's at 11 starts against them. So obviously this is a different type of Peterson we've seen this season. But still, I mean, it is the Braves. They are a team that could sneak into a wild card or even divisional argument here. You never know with them. They certainly have talent. Yes, they've been struggling a ton. But hey, I mean, right now the Mets are going, they're getting swept for, I don't know, the first time this season, right? So it's like, obviously there's a little bit of a concern in the back of my mind, but we're still riding high, dude. All right. So
Schwallenbach has been on a heater.
He has been on a heater?
Yeah. Peterson has been pitching well as well.
Mhm.
Actually, even a lower ERA than Schwallenbach.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's desperate times, desperate measures for everybody. We got one more.
Yeah, dude. Atlanta, Philly, Atlanta for a 10-game run here. Come on, man. That's crazy.
Hey, I mean, there's your fellow Mets fan, Tony. He knows it.
Not good, dude.
Knows it all too well.
No, it's not gonna happen, dude. Not this year. Not this year.
Yankees are scoring 10 runs tonight or not?
I mean, we'll have averages, right?
I mean, there's no way, right? I mean, I honestly want to just put everything I have on them to win tonight. I just feel like there's no way it's going to extend.
Oh, you got it?
The damn DraftKings account.
Yeah.
Come on. The budget, dude. But yeah, no, let's better win tonight. I know you have first pick though.
Yes.
So let's do the MLB 6-pack pick segment, Hirsch Law Firm, all of that.
Yes, dude. A little bit of a bitter one, I suppose. But
Like a wounded cub.
Like a wounded cub, dude. But in any case here, I know everyone's waiting for my pick here with the Mets. I know. I was just saying Peterson, the career ERA, by the way, against the Braves is, hold on now, is a 5.33. It's not great. He had one good start against them his first season in the league. And I think that's a good season or a good start against them in 2022 as well. But other than that, he does typically get popped. Looks like through one start last year, 5 innings, 4 earned runs. 2 starts the year prior, 9 2/3, 8 earned runs, 3 long balls given up. So obviously, though, I'm going with the Peterson of today, not yesterday, buddy. Peterson this season, 2.49 ERA, 5-2 on the season, has definitely stepped up hugely this year for the Mets, recently taking care of business against Washington, dude. 9 innings, the full game shutout, of course. I know Brian's going to say so often we see these pitchers, they go the full 9 innings, they overexert themselves, next start out, they get popped. I say nay. I say not today, dude. I say he's going to be shutting down the Braves again. I'm expecting a quality start out of him. I'm thinking 6 1/3, 2 earned runs. All right, dude, Braves just got popped against Colorado 10-1. So obviously some lack of scoring on their end is a possibility. And I think Peterson will be fanning batters left and right. I say 9 Ks for him over those 6 1/3. And I think a few bats will be hot. I could see maybe Soto getting into the, divisional rival here, the Braves, whatever. Let's go for the long ball for Soto. And I'm going to say a 4-for-4 night for Lindor with 2 home runs. All right, dude. Brett Beatty, maybe like an RBI double, but he's 1 for 3, 1 for 4. Doesn't matter. Maybe he gets on a heater against the Phillies. I'm looking forward to that. Actually, the Braves win this one. I'm going to say they win it 5-3. So I'm going to say, I don't just say the Braves win. I'm going to say the Mets win it 5-3. Mets in the under, dude.
All right. So from one wounded cub to the other, we're going to go back to the stadium. And listen, obviously, way off on the prediction last night. Thought they would be putting runs on the board left and the right, not getting shut out in 11. But, I mean, you would think there's too much talent on this team. And to go against a guy like Kyle Hendricks, who, I mean, let's face it, was a quality pitcher for 5 years ago? A 5.20 ERA, the Newport Beach native. And you look at his last, few starts here, 3 runs allowed against the A's, 4 runs against Seattle, 4 runs against Cleveland, 3 runs against Miami, 4 runs against the A's. So you're getting 3 or 4 runs against them. So, but because, we've scored 5 runs in 5 games, how about let's score 5 runs in 3 innings, Tony, against him. I hope it starts out in the first. I hope Stanton's batting behind Judge. And I just hope there's life in this lineup and there's runs across the board. I'll die on this hill, Tony. I'm going to say Will Warren, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, and I think his offense backs him. The 5 runs in 3 innings off Hendricks, and the Yankees win, let's say 9-5. Yankees in the over, losing streak over.
Yankees in the over. All right, good choice there, dude. My next pick here, kind of tough pick'ems here. I guess maybe we'll be going to Oracle Park. I feel like it's not often that I do, but when I do, I'm right. Give me the Giants here of San Francisco. We knew about their newly acquired player here. I would imagine he's playing tonight. I don't think so, right? I mean, he probably is. Doesn't really matter because Robbie Ray, dude, is starting here for the Giants. Only one loss on the season. He's 8-1 with a 2.55 ERA. They're facing off against the Cleveland Guardians, who this past weekend got swept by the Seattle Mariners, being outscored 17-5 in that series. Giants dropping 2 of 3 against the Dodgers in LA. So I feel like Giants kind of maybe on a little bit of a bounce back here, kind of tight. They lost to the Dodgers here in the series. They had 41 wins in the season, obviously having a good year, looking to be, maybe the team that come out of the West. Who knows? But you know what I know? I know Robbie Ray here goes 7 scoreless against Cleveland. Giants win this one. I'm going to say 5-2, which is just on the under again. Giants in the under, Brian. Game 2.
All right. So number two. What will we do? I'm going to go with Jesus Luzardo in the Phillies here.
Okay.
In Miami.
Kind of messed up.
Luzardo, 6-2, 4.23. The former Marlin going up against Cal Quantrill, 3-7, 5.61. The Phillies here, 43-29. The Marlins, 28-42. Philly heavy favorites here at minus 185. And what I'm expecting here is Luzardo to come in and extend this winning streak to 6 against his former team. I think 6 innings, maybe 1 earned run. And I think Kyle Schwarber have a night. I think 2 homers, 7 RBIs, so get him to 24 and 59 respectively. But I think it's a bloodbath. 8.5. I think it's over, and it's Phillies winning this one 10-3. Phillies and the over.
Phillies and the over.
Jeremy
Schaap,
Schaap,
dude.
Wait, so you had Phillies in the under, Yankees in the under, right?
That's funny.
Oh.
I hope they both go under, honestly. It's right, dude. All right, in any case, dude,
I'm
we have a
dead serious,
correction,
dude.
by
I'm
the
dead
way,
serious.
dude. All right. Patty says, I don't mean 10 runs. I mean 10 games in a row versus those 2. Tonight feels like a must-win for the Mets with Peterson strike tomorrow versus the Braves. So I think he's saying Mets going a 10-0 run. I think
He's just saying. I think he just meant that it's an important 10-game stretch is what he's getting at. It doesn't mean you're going to win, Tony. That's the key. Execution.
Dude, they're going to win,
key.
dude. They're going to win, dude. Don't even fucking worry about it. Josh B, F off, dude, all right? It says Braves win, ticket locked or whatever.
I just put in my ticket, Josh.
Idiot. Fools, dude. You know who else are fools? The Pittsburgh Pirates, dude, and everyone a part of that organization. They're going to be in Detroit here tonight, 6:40 p.m., kicking off for the first time this year a series against the Tigers. Tigers, 46 wins, arguably the best team in baseball. Who knew? John Pollock knew. They're coming off of a series they just dropped to Cincinnati. Maybe the 5th series they lost this season, probably 4th or 5th, I'm guessing. In any case, Pirates dropping 2 or 3 out of 4, against Chicago, the Cubs, that is. Falter, on the bump here for Pittsburgh. Yes, he's good, 3.36 ERA. Casey Mize, though, is a pitcher who'll be opposed to first-round draft pick by the Tigers, forming to his own here this season, 6-2, 2.95 ERA. Over under 8.5. I say Tigers. Give me, I say, Spencer Torkelson with a 3-run bomb, bottom of the 5th. That's the only scoring you'll see here tonight. Tigers 3, Pirates 0, Tigers under for my final game.
All right. So I am going to go to the far west and go with the Seattle Mariners and the Boston Red Sox here. Boston winning 2-0 last night. Obviously been on a heater, five in a row. But I think that's all going to start crumbling down. Devers out of town. Sure, Roman Anthony, congratulations on his first career home run last night. Good for the fantasy team. Everyone's talking about the sister, including Dave. But I think this is where the losing starts. Brian Wu on the hill. I think they have a decisive advantage over here against Walker Buehler. 5.01 ERA. Wu 339.98 whip. And I think he keeps this Red Sox offense at bay. Cal Raleigh, 2 home runs tonight. A ticket for Ernie. And I think the Mariners will shut out the Red Sox 5-0. Mariners under just like that. 6-pack MLB pick segment.
Wow.
Bernie?
Bernie, morning, boys, he says.
Morning.
Good morning. And then what else do we have here? Hold on, let me go back to the comments here. Patty, yes, important 10-game stretch. I'll take 7-3 in the next 10. I'll take that too, Patty.
Watch out for the 5-5.
And then watch out for the Ernie saying, yeah. Dude, Danny says, Ernie, please post your parlays, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he does that sometimes in the Discord.
Yeah, I would think so, right?
And I said, I'm here. My bad had an interesting interview.
Who's that?
Butka for the internship.
Oh, Butka for the internship, dude. Where do you see Butka?
I don't. I'm just kidding.
Oh, what the hell, dude? Oh, no, Ernie said that. I'm here. My bad. Had an interesting interview.
I know. I'm saying I thought he interviewed Butka for the internship.
Oh, I see.
Remember I was saying that before? Sorry. The Shadow Day.
A little distracted, dude.
What happened?
Roman Anthony's sister's Instagram.
Wow. Greasy bastard.
I mean, they tagged her in the article.
Greasy.
Like, why not, dude? I mean, I'll take her
like
last name. Dude, be sick, dude.
Over there.
Call me Anthony. Jay Bird says, yo, what's good, DTV? And then Ernie says, Danny, I know not what you speak of. Playing hardball, Danny laughing. He says, no, I'm trying to get out of NYC, he says.
Trying to get out of NYC to Dirty Jers?
Dirty Jers, maybe? You could interview maybe in Connecticut, dude. Here, the pizza's pretty good.
Yeah, right? Maybe, there's a lot of Stanford dealerships, right?
Yeah, that's right, dude.
To come north.
Actually, there's a shit ton of dealerships.
Yeah.
You can probably go to like a Maserati dealership too. Get with the rich folks, man.
Greenwich would be nice.
The Greenwich Alfa Romeo dealership, dude.
Alfa
Romeo, dude. Italian.
Huh? That's in Staten Island?
Yes, dude.
No, I mean you didn't say Staten Island.
No, Stanford or Greenwich rather. Greenwich.
Greenwich. I don't know. I'm hungry though. By the way, too. I don't know. You said pizza, and then I started thinking about it.
I had pizza last night, dude.
From where?
Homemade.
Homemade.
Yeah, pretty good, dude. I think my oven was getting hotter than I set it to be honest. Maybe because it's hot outside, it got really extra hot, maybe.
Okay.
But the pizza came out pretty good, crispy, good. I brought home like dough and mozzarella from home.
Okay.
So.
And but did you put any toppings, or this was the cheese?
Yeah, so I didn't have a ton of toppings. We had 2 cheese pies and we had 1 Sicilian pie, which it was just
with
square.
Pepperoni,
and like spicy peppers.
So. And then was it like the pepperoni like from home, like that type of pepperoni?
Yeah, like there was a stick and I sliced it up.
Okay, yeah. Why does that pepperoni taste so much different than like thin sliced pepperoni? Same thing though, isn't it?
I mean, in theory, it is the same thing, but this is like I don't know.
Oh, but it's just a sauce, isn't there usually a sauce with it? They're like,
well, my mother, my mother does have it in the sauce. Yeah.
No, I'm saying I guess that's what it is, but it just seems so much different.
That's just better. I don't know. The pepperoni stick, dude.
Yeah, well, I think I like both.
Honestly. Oh yeah,
like
me
thin
too. Thin
slice is awesome with crackers, cheese, and stuff.
I mean, I definitely like
the bread.
Oh, with the bread, dude.
The one she make,
so good.
It's great. Jay's thinking about pasta.
He says, "Is Alfa Romeo a pasta place?" No, dude. It's a car company. All right, Jay, you knew that. All right, don't be facetious. He says, "Sounds fire with the pizza." By the way,
so this is that does sound fire. Wait, but this is a manufacturer or a dealership?
Alfa Romeo, both. Automotive company, dude.
Okay.
Look, here's one in Danbury.
Where did this originate?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's an Italian company. It's
got to be.
Yeah, it's founded 1910 in Milan.
That's
in Italy.
Expensive cars, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, higher end cars. I'm sure they have some lower, like more affordable models and stuff like that. But I'm honestly not like a huge fan of some of like.
Do they have a commercial line?
They do have a commercial. Like, wait, what do you mean commercial? Like trucks?
Yeah.
No, they do not have like commercial trucks and stuff, dude. Why? New LA Barnaby trucks?
No, Ernie. I thought.
Oh, Ernie. Oh yeah. Ernie commercial trucks, dude.
Michael Butka is the pitch man.
Oh yeah, Ernie's the closer.
Ernie says I had a penny vodka with fried veal cutlet yesterday.
Oh, the veal.
I've never latched onto the veal. I don't know
why.
I think definitely growing up it just sounded disgusting, veal, but I guess all the meat and all this shit is all from whatever. But I guess because it's cow. What is veal?
It's technically baby cow.
Baby cow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what they do here, and it's a little what's the word I'm looking for? Inhumane. Well, I guess it's really matter. Not humans. Cows aren't human. In any case, dude, it's baby cow. And what they do in order to get the meat really tender,
right?
they put the cow, once it's born, they put it into a small cage so it can't move.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like develop muscles ever.
Yeah.
It's all fat. So it's very like tender, flavorful meat. But people obviously have issues with the way they raise the baby cows.
Which I wouldn't. But also, it's funny, Ernie says, Barnes, at this point, I question your taste for his brother. I mean, are you really questioning him, Ernie? I mean, come on.
I mean, veal's good, dude. Veal is good.
No. But I'm saying, I guess, too, like, there's so many, like, Italian, dishes that I like. And I just feel like, I guess for me, like what he just said, penny vodka, but if it was just chicken cutlet, like that would be my
Well, you should try the veal
sausage.
Cutlet. Like next time.
What about the sausage, dude?
Sausage is good, dude. I would like when I do pasta though, I do like to have like a chicken cutlet on the side. Like that's something, dude.
That's what I'm saying. But that's fire. Oil and garlic with chicken cutlet, Alfredo with chicken cutlet, the vodka sauce, the wine pink sauce. I mean, there's just so many different ways.
It's endless, dude.
Yeah, it really is. Torture right now, just talking about it, Tony.
What are you doing dinner tonight?
Going over Sam's. Last week we got Colony, so I don't know, if we're gonna run that back up. But usually we get like pizza or Mexican, occasional Chinese.
Chinese sounds good.
Yeah, Colony is fire though. Honestly, what? Let's hear it. Bad experience or something?
Honestly, dude, like I'm kind of over that like style of pizza a little bit. I think maybe we overdid it, but I mean, not for nothing, because Mike and I were going to Rico's for like a good short amount of time, a few times. But Rico's is definitely better, dude.
See, I think the crust is it doesn't have like it's not as tasty. I think Rico's. I think it's thinner.
We'd have to do side by side, but I don't see much of a difference. And not for nothing, their wings are fire.
And I didn't think that either. I don't know.
It's crazy.
I guess everyone's questioning my taste.
Everyone is.
But yeah, Rico's. I don't know. I guess I could give it another try. But I just was like the wings at Jenny's, dude. Very good.
Are they actually?
Yeah, they are.
Like buffalo sauce wings sort of deal?
Yeah, I think we did just get buffalo, but they have barbecue.
I love buffalo, dude. I prefer classic buffalo.
Ernie
wants the grid right now.
Yeah, I mean we were gonna do it anyway, so might as well pull it up.
Might as well pull it up right now, dude. All right, let's get the music going. Let's pull up the grid here. Alfa Romeo, not today. Let's see, dude. That tab, bring it in, dude. We can see the Alfa Romeos real quick. Jay Bird wants a new car.
Is he getting a new car?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Immaculate Grid. That's what I was doing. Bang, dudes.
All right. So taking a look here, I have a thought that I think will be pretty good.
I have a thought that I think.
Center field Cubs, Juan Pierre,
dude. Center field Cubs. Juan Pierre is a good one. All right, there we go. 3%.
3%.
Do you think Javi Baez would be too high for Cubs?
I don't know. Do we let that one fester for a second?
I guess. I don't know many more people who's done it, to be honest. I think we've gotten burned on Rizzo for this one.
Baez and not Rizzo. I'm sure Sosa's done it. I wonder almost if, like, maybe Sosa would. No, yeah.
Diamondbacks, Reds. We can do Archie Bradley, pitcher.
Diamondbacks, Reds. Okay.
Spent a year with the Nationals, dude. Thought he was good, but then he wasn't really that great. Archie Bradley. 0.9. There we go, dudes. I know this is like a little bit of a tough one.
Yeah,
dude.
Cubs, Reds. Though I feel like there's been so many guys. No.
Who's the dude? Candelario.
Dempster, right?
Dempster.
No?
Dempster. Yeah, I don't know.
No, do Dempster.
Ryan Dempster, dude. 2%. There we
All
go.
Right. And let's see the 100 run, and then also the 2,000 career hits and the 100 runs in a season.
I don't know. Derek Jeter.
A-Rod.
You want to do A-Rod?
Yeah.
All right. Alex Rodriguez. Bang. 2%. There we go.
Okay.
Center field 2,000 hits. Ken Griffey. That's going to be probably really high.
Mickey Mantle or Willie Mays, right?
Mickey Mantle probably a good one, right?
Yeah.
Would that be too much?
Yeah, go with Mantle.
Mickey Mantle. 7%. All right. We'll take it.
Center field for Arizona.
Oh,
I don't know why I'm like
Gurriel? No.
You think Grichuk played center field at all?
Grichuk? I would think so, right? I don't know for sure though. I know what the hell. I guess it's
Grichuk. Go
right?
Grichuk, yeah.
I definitely spelled it wrong.
Grichuch.
Oh, there we go. Randy Dandy, 1%, baby. Let's go.
There we go.
That's a huge one.
And then the hits for Cincinnati, because that doesn't have to be with Cincinnati, right?
The hits for Cincy. Yeah, just career, I guess, right?
Scott Rowland. A favorite.
He is a favorite, dude.
3%.
There we go. And I think Ernie Erndini had something. Hack was for Cubs. J Bell runs for D-backs. J Bell for runs in the D-backs. J Bell. Okay. 3%, dude. There we go. That's a good one.
And then the Cubs. Wait, but Hack Wilson, he's saying?
Hack was for the Cubs. I guess so, right? Hack Wilson. Cubs, 100 RBIs?
Wait, is it? 100 runs. Isn't that
100 runs. Yeah, sorry. 100 runs. It's 100 RBIs.
I mean, Ernie, can you just confirm? I mean, or it has to be what he's talking about.
I mean, what else would it be?
Unless
it was Cubs Reds, but I don't think so.
You think we just go for it at this point?
I mean, it's your call, bud. Yes. Wilson runs.
I think this is going to be a pretty good one.
I mean, Hack Wilson, you fucking better be, dude. 3%.
24.
There we go. Your favorite show.
Just was watching last night after the Yankee game.
Were you really?
Yeah. And not watching the monogamy of the NBA Finals.
You didn't catch any basketball?
No. I haven't watched any basketball or hockey other than the Knicks series.
Well, you should fucking watch hockey tonight, dude. That's for sure.
But gonna be at Sam. Still might be on when I get home. But just at the end of the day, Tony, I don't know. Especially too, because I feel like the Panthers will probably hoist a couple. I guess we'll talk about that in a second. And did he say something else or no?
Jay Bird says that's my death row meal, Ernie. I think as in the penne vodka with the veal cutlet, dude.
Yeah. But if it was up to you, would you go penne vodka, veal cutlet, or chicken cutlet?
For death row?
Not for death row.
Just in general? I would change it up, but more often than not, it'd be chicken. Yeah.
Chicken. Yeah.
Sometimes people restaurants do have bad veal. Like they don't really know how to cook it, you know?
By accident, I think I told you about this. This happened years ago, so you probably don't remember, but I had gotten I said, "Oh, can I get the short rib?" But I didn't say beef short rib, and they gave me veal short rib, and it was kind of like what you said. It was at Zodi's, and it was just it really turned me off. Honestly, that might be why too. And I wasn't even intentionally getting it. You know,
beef short rib is so freaking good, dude.
Beef short, yeah,
unbelievable.
Some may argue better than certain steaks.
Yeah, no, I like you could argue that.
Yeah, especially like with like a
gnocchi.
It's especially with a gnocchi and. And a ravioli, right?
I can't, dude. Yes, right? Ravioli's good. Ravioli's good. That's my favorite.
Or a gavadil.
Gavadil, dude.
Gavadil really is so good. Like, it might be my favorite type of pasta, honestly.
It's so tough to pick one, dude.
I've just been feeling it lately. Pelici's, the gavadil with the bolognese is just so ridiculous.
Oh, my God, dude.
Nothing like a good bolognese.
I know. Did I go for some pasta right now?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He was saying Hack
Wilson
runs. That's where the face takes a hack in baseball. The more you know.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Ernie. But let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Oh.
Speed, here he comes. McDavid shoots, top shelf, he scores! Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle, great hit, Cameron. It's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping, rink Washington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me? Turn, side of the net, between the legs, and they score! Filthy! David Pasternak,
The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. So a potential closeout Game 6 at home. Florida Panthers looking to go back-to-back as Stanley Cup champs, resounding 5-2 last time out. I mean, what do you think? What are we in store for tonight? Are we getting Game 7, Tony, for the second consecutive year?
That's tough, dude. I mean, I feel like I've said that. I've been saying that Game 7.
I've been saying it too.
I don't know, dude. It's so tough, man. I mean,
Panthers are good. Close it out at home.
Panthers are good. Oilers. I just don't know. First of all, I don't even know who they're starting yet in between the pipes in net for them tonight. Could be Pickard, could be Skinner. And you, honestly, like between both of those goalies, you just don't know who you're gonna have.
Right.
You know? So I don't know. It does peg the question on if we will see a Game 7 now at this point. And I hate to renege on something that I've said. But I think the Panthers get it done, honestly, dude.
Wow.
I mean, doesn't it feel like that a little bit, Brian?
It kind of does.
But
I mean, I'll still, still go with Edmonton.
Entertain.
But I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody for going with
no, of course not. Of course not. But I mean,
They're
you're in Florida. It's back home now. Obviously, we know that Edmonton won a game in Florida this series, but still, I mean, I think with that momentum, with the fact that you can close it out, I mean, it's gonna be a tough crowd. It's gonna be obviously an uphill battle for Edmonton. I mean, they are the team that's behind right now. And yes, I know they've done it so many times this season in games, this postseason. But like I said, it just seems that their goaltending is what. Listen, I'm not to my own horn here, okay? But like what I said was the problem with the team is a very significant problem going into this game. Their goaltending, and it's like I don't know. I don't care if they can put up 3. I don't care that we've seen Edmonton, come back down 3-0 in games this series. Like it's not going to happen. I don't think it's happen tonight. I think that it's going to be a scoring bonanza from Florida, whoever is in net. Marchand's 2 goals last game were absolutely ridiculous, dude. I mean, that guy. What a deadline acquisition.
And I think they didn't
Florida,
give up that
dude.
much, giving it he's on an
I forget what the deal
right?
was, but the fact that I can't really recall that much, it makes me think that it really wasn't that nothing crazy, right?
Like consequence.
So it's like, it's just so crazy to see. And I think, he's going to continue to do that. I mean, he's still a great player, even though he's got to be 37, maybe.
I think he is 37.
So I mean, again, it's just the talent there for Florida is just too much, dude. And I mean, and it does seem like that they will be winning the cup. They're gonna be hoisting the cup tonight, which is awesome. I'm actually stoked to watch the game tonight. It's been a crazy series. Regardless of the outcome, dude, I'm stoked for the game tonight. It's gonna be great.
But
hockey.
it is part of it. Like for you,
No,
no,
it's not. That's not part of it, Brian.
That's the question.
I know it is because you think Florida's gonna win.
No. I was just gonna say, for you, just putting as you would call it, the Edmonton nonsense to rest. I feel like that has to play a part.
I mean, listen, I don't want to say it does right now because it's not done yet. But yeah, I will be a little happy that.
So basically, yeah, go fuck yourself is what you're saying, right?
No, not at all, dude. Listen, Edmonton has getting here. Obviously, Edmonton has proved me wrong. Okay, so they'll go out yet again, first round Kings. Obviously, I was wrong about that. So, it's just obviously, listen. I mean, they got by playing better defense in the playoffs. They got by because McDavid and Draisaitl have been absolutely on one, as well as some support players as well. We've seen Kane. We've seen Darnell Nurse. Hyman, whoever else, dude, they've been supporting cast members. So I mean, they're a great team. Obviously, Knobloch has been a great coach as well, dude. Wish him success. At the end of the day, I mean, I do believe Edmonton, hate aside, like I do believe Florida's a better team.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue that. It's just it would be really tough for Edmonton to get here 2 years in a row and fall short. So. Obviously they're hoping to extend to a Game 7. It's not going to be easy.
No.
But I think that sometimes, teams playing with desperation, that could get you far. And whether it's Skinner or Picard,
yeah, dude.
I think it's going to come down to the Edmonton offense early, often. And Jay says Bob has been a huge factor for Florida.
He has been, dude. He's been on it.
Yeah. So will he be on it tonight? We'll see. But if I had to give an official prediction here, I'm going to say Edmonton overtime 5-4 McDavid, a date with Game 7 once again, second year in a row. Crazy game. So that's kind of my predictions. I guess that would be Edmonton in the over. What type of score are you seeing tonight with Florida on the podium? Maybe Marchand, most outstanding player. Wait, what's the MVP of the finals called?
Is it the Conn Smythe?
I think so, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that's I find a little annoying about hockey. Like
with
all
these names.
With all these names.
Just call it the finals MVP.
I mean, it is nice that I guess they're dedicated towards certain players, all players or whatever. I guess obviously there's one that's coach, but in any case, dude, it doesn't matter. Obviously I do have Florida winning this one over under 6.5. Would you say what the final score was? 6-5 or 5-4?
Yeah.
I mean, I think, Oilers are going to make it interesting, no doubt. But I think we're going to see a score that's similar to the last game, to be honest. Like maybe the Oilers can put up 3. I'd say they get 1 goal period, keeps it interesting. But it is Florida at the end of the day. Maybe they're up 4-3, expiring minutes, empty netter. They win 5-3. So you're giving Panthers in the over. You're looking at Reinhart, you're looking at Barkov, you're looking at Marchand as your 3 goal scorers. Kachuk, maybe 2 assists there. So, and that'll do it. That'll be your Panthers hoisting up the Stanley Cup yet again, dude.
What do you think about your puppet disagreeing with you, Jay?
My puppet? He's just Florida and
Go
7,
Mets!
dude.
Go Mets!
I mean, listen, like you said, you can't blame anyone for taking Florida. I can't blame anyone for taking Edmonton. If they do end up starting Skinner, which I think they should, I think he's been a little bit more reliable, has more experience in the playoffs. He also is leading the playoffs with shutouts with 3. He has 3 shutouts. Yeah, Skinner is 3 shutouts this season. This postseason, I should say. None of which, though, are against Florida, obviously. But still, it does, beg the question. Maybe Stuart Skinner can go out there, put on a performance of his life, and force a Game 7. But I don't think that's going to happen. But like you said, I don't blame anyone for going against the other team right here, because it has been, even though it's kind of maybe like I'm maybe painting it like Florida kind of has it. It's been a tremendous back and forth series so far. It's just, but again, it just kind of happens that there's been 2 games where Florida has found themselves on the winning side. Obviously, last game, being probably the most dominant, I guess you could say, victory of the Stanley Cup Finals. But these are still 2 very evenly matched teams. And I guess, if they do force a Game 7, Brian, you're going to go Edmonton in 7?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're dying on the hill.
Dying on the hill,
Dying the other day.
Yeah.
I guess the good part about it, too, though, whether we have a 6-game series, 7-game series, we're almost at the start of the offseason. Is there excitement, confidence for you with the Rangers coming into this offseason, or do you look at it as a wait-and-see approach? You're not convinced that they're going to have a big offseason? Obviously, they've already traded Kreider.
Right. Yeah, definitely, dude. They are. I know it's going to, we've talked about it being difficult to move some of these guys, and obviously it is. That's why you saw Kreider, get traded for really not a ton,
But getting anything and not having to pay anything.
That's what I mean. The salary retention is going to be a lot of what it is. If you do want to get rid of these guys, it's all going to be for salary retention for you to rebuild. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe one other, book fall off the shelf here. But I don't think we're going to see Mika trade anything. I think at this point, you're thinking, like I said, maybe one other guy, and then it's on to Drury picking up who he thinks we should get. I know we talked about Marner, who's making, I think, 11.5 for his salary cap, which is, again, it should be interesting because they have $14 million to work with, I believe, until the cap. So, yes, I am excited, I guess, that is around the corner. I guess I'm not really thinking about it, to be honest. I'm still kind of sad in the season,
Yeah. Yeah. But I think some big blockbuster out of nowhere, that would get
we'll
your
see.
Juices going.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, dude. But until then, and honestly, really until puck drop, it's doubtful.
Yeah. I just really don't want to, I don't know about you, but I want Mika gone in the worst way. Right or no?
I don't know. I saw some article. I should have read it. I only read the first couple lines of it, but I guess he had a phone call with Mike Sullivan. He really enjoyed it, and they're on good terms, I guess. I don't know.
What would you say, a a vintage Mika season, Mika March for the whole year.
Like probability?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tough, man. I would say less than half.
Yeah.
30% maybe. 30% chance that he goes on an absolute tear, like career season, like over 100 points. We're talking like.
I mean, is pro the key? Maybe like he's going nuts and kind of like, you know, get revitalizes Mika, or do you still see him doing
maybe
like the shootout, little like soft between the legs, like no effort?
I mean, maybe it is an effort in question. I again, like I still sit here and wonder and question like what really was going on in the locker room this past season. Because I mean, to use Mika as an example, you're watching some games here and it looks like he's out to lunch, drifting, skating, idling on the ice, dude. You know, like it's just so odd. You know, and it's like sometimes he'd wake up, you know, he'd all of a sudden again wake up and have like a nice little dangle, make a good play, score a goal. But I mean, that was few and far between. You had that little run going into March, and it was a Mika March, and then it really fell flat.
Yeah.
And then, you know, again, like they don't play physical, I guess, necessarily. He doesn't play physical, I guess. Panarin certainly doesn't necessarily. Obviously, JT Miller was pretty huge for that line. With Mika. I mean, there was, you know, obviously to have JT Miller back on the team, he plays physical. They were a good match, you know? So maybe it was just like too many players, like just didn't really necessarily play well off of each other, you know?
I feel like Sully and Miller's going to be a good combination.
Yeah, I think so too, dude.
Like maybe career high for
like
Miller.
2 no-nonsense guys, which is
50 goals maybe?
That would be
possible.
Wild. That would be crazy, dude. Because when you think about JT and the Rangers, he never even touched that, dude.
Yeah.
So, listen, it's possible. We'll see, obviously, what these acquisitions end up looking like and what the line combinations look like. I'm sure Mike Sullivan is going into this offseason and he's going to be trying out a lot of new different things. He may even start the year out with, uncertainty of who's on whose line and stuff and still be kind of swapping stuff around. I mean, he does, not for nothing, being a new coach, have a lot to play around with. There are, you mentioned Gabe Perreault.
Right.
There's obviously a youthful aspect of the team. And then there's these veterans that you have. And then, of course, he's going to get new players. So he's going to have, a lot on his plate to figure out. Hopefully, I do believe he's the right man for the job, to figure out this perfect combination to get this team back into playoff contention. Because we all know, the talent on the sheet is there. It's just a matter of like I said, maybe just getting the right combination together of guys and to buy into what this coach is putting down. So we'll see, dude. It's going to be interesting. Especially with Quinn right back in the coaching staff as well.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see a lot of familiar faces back in the organization.
And the Rangers got an A for the Kreider deal. I guess the prospect they got, Kerry Terrence, 20 years old, second round pick in 23. Plus, it was moving up to the third round with the draft pick. So, and then getting rid of Kreider's salary. That does seem pretty good.
I forget. I looked up the prospect, Terry, whatever his name is.
Casey Terrence.
Casey Terrence.
Dude. Casey Terrence.
He's from, I think, Saskatchewan. That's Saskatchewan. I think somewhere high up in New York, borders Canada, I think.
Right.
Minor league, Canadian stuff. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
20 years old.
20 years old.
What do you really know right now?
I don't. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying, it's worth getting
what does he know, dude? Oh, yeah, of course. You never know. Lightning out of the bottle, dude.
I just want to see. He played on the USA under 20.
Okay.
And how about this? Last year for the Erie Otters, had 20 goals and 19 assists.
Erie Otters.
Yeah.
Is that Erie, Pennsylvania, or is that Erie in Canada?
I would say that's Pennsylvania, no? I didn't even know there was an area in Canada.
I think so.
Are you looking it up or no?
No, sorry, I got distracted. Let me go Erie.
You still looking up Roman?
No. I'm off that, dude.
Hot oil pie over there.
Talking about her?
You with the grease.
OHL here, so it's the Ontario League, dude.
So it is Erie, Canada.
Oh wait, no, Erie.
Because I feel like Erie is a minor league hockey team.
Oh, yeah, dude. They're members of the Midwest Division of the Ontario Hockey League, but they are in Erie, Pennsylvania.
That is so weird.
One of only 3 American teams in the league.
Wow.
That's actually pretty freaking cool.
Wait, but is this minor league hockey or no?
No, it's the OHA, the Ontario.
So it's
Hockey
like they
League.
have his rights, but he hasn't.
Yeah.
Why though? What is it? Is that their choice or his choice?
To
Not play with their minors. Like they drafted him, but he's
Right.
not playing for. Like, why is that?
that is maybe it's the team's choice.
Because like
I
if
don't know.
somebody has the opportunity to play, because isn't it like is college hockey like once you commit like past the first year you have to stay for 2 more? Like how does that work? Do you know? Is it like, you know what I mean? Like Perot, like could he have played with the Rangers like at the beginning of last year if he wanted to? Like I just wonder like what the deal with that
Like if they're
was.
like a two-way player almost.
Or
where
you
they
think
can
it's
kinda
like
go up
just
and down?
they would do what the player wants, or not really? Kind of a weird thing though, right?
It is weird. I don't think you can get plucked during the college season.
But I'm saying before, like, are you able to like? Is you know how it's like the NFL or the college football? You have to be in college for years and then enter the draft. Is it like that for
hockey?
Yeah,
No.
so you could just get drafted whenever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, dude.
Yeah, it's something to
Because people get drafted at 18.
No, but I just wonder with the whole thing starting. Something to do with some research on it.
I'm pretty sure because I remember in the season, like they had to wait for Boston to lose.
done. Right, but I'm saying I just wonder
Yeah.
if he wanted to report before the season and not play that season last year. If he could.
Oh, for college?
Yeah.
I don't think he can go back though.
No, but maybe I'm saying if he didn't want to go back.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Then I'm pretty sure he could have.
So I'm saying it seems like it's up to the player, but then obviously the team
The
has
team
to want
wants
them
to-
to
yeah,
play in
yeah,
the
yeah.
AHL.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah,
Interesting.
We'll
Dude.
see
It's fascinating.
we'll see what happens tonight. But let's do a quick trip here to the world of the National Basketball Association.
The Bulls LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the three, and the Lakers win the game.
All right. So the Thunder, big
The Thunder.
win. Not the under, but the Thunder do win 120 to 109. How about Williams? Jalen Williams for OKC, 40 points, 6 rebounds. And the Thunder, after losing game 1, have control of this series. Up 3 games to 2. You got the Halliburton injury, only 4 points last night.
Mhm.
Are we getting to similar territory? How you feel with Florida here, where it's like it's over or no?
I don't think so.
You think roar back,
Pacers are
Reggie
possible.
Miller with his jersey courtside at
Yes, dude.
Fieldhouse?
Fighting people. No, I think that this is the first time that the Pacers have lost back-to-back games this postseason.
Mm-hmm.
And I know going into the game that was like the narrative for both of these teams.
Right.
And obviously still is for OKC here, but I don't know. I don't think the Pacers are going to lose games in a row.
Yeah.
So I think it's likely they come back in game
then
6, dude.
Just
Coming up
not
short,
enough.
maybe. But it's tough, dude. I mean, I have another. I watched, I don't know, 3/4 of this game,
Yeah.
maybe. Close to 3/4. And it was kind of a snooze fest. I mean, there were some good plays, obviously. Alex Caruso had some sweet moves. But I mean, in any case, I just felt like OKC had, like, for the most part, they were hovering between like a 9 and 14 point lead most of the game. And then obviously towards the end, it's kind of like a little pull away from them. So I don't know, man. I mean, it just didn't really seem like the Pacers were ever going to go on that run, It's like, oh, wow, like a 9-point lead is nothing, which it isn't in the NBA, in a minute that could be gone easily. So, but it just seemed like that they never really had that in them. And I went to bed like thinking, all right, they're probably going to lose. And then what do you know? Like the Pacers lost by 11. So
And thank God the NBA season is almost over. It just would have been cool if the Knicks were playing right now.
It would have been way cooler.
You would be, you think, kind of into it?
Yeah, I think kind of into it.
Yeah.
Everyone else would be, right?
Yeah.
Be a victim of the moment.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it would be flooded. That's all everyone would be talking about.
Yeah, definitely. Flooded.
But I've seen stuff, too. And I don't know if you saw this with the Knicks, how, like, Durant wants to go there. They don't want him, something like that.
Really? The Knicks don't want Durant? I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, Durant, obviously, a guy, But I mean, I guess if you look at his career, it's not like where he goes, he wins a championship. You know, it's kind of been a little bit of a dumpster fire for some teams he's went to. The Suns being one, the Nets being the other. You know,
Yeah, not a leader. I think
doesn't mean he's a leader, dude. But
No.
I guess like, can't you argue that the Knicks have that though? A leader.
Well, but you mean to get him though? You'd have to trade up. I mean, I guess you.
You think
what-
Brunson's gone?
No. I guess it would be Towns. But I don't know. It's like, is that? I feel like you would still need more though. You know.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, again, I don't know about the. I don't know. It's so tough. I feel like that would be a good move if you still had Tibbs, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
because you have your coach established, everyone there on the roster already bought into Tibbs, or maybe not. That's why he was fired. I don't even know. But
I mean,
yeah, dude.
you have to think. I mean, you like, even though Jalen Brunson obviously was supportive of him and stuff, but you have to think like if in exit interviews everyone was lauding what a great coach Tibbs was, like, then they wouldn't have fired him. There had to have been some pushback there.
I mean, it is Dolan.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, you would think even as crazy as Dolan is.
I mean, do you think that the Knicks would be crazy to have a Kevin Durant be like, I want to come play for you, and then they say no? Like, you think that's crazy?
It's so tough because it's like their future is not there. You know, he's what, 37 years old, so he's gonna only be there
No
for a couple
future.
of years. But I guess you almost have to try. It just like I wouldn't want to give up Bridges, you know, because you traded the 5 first-round picks for him. But I guess for Towns, I guess, but then you'd really have to build out the bench and the roster, you know.
Yeah, I guess CBS Sports, by the way, headline.
Yeah.
Durant interested in Knicks, but New York didn't want him, per report.
Heat, Rocket, or Spurs. I
Is
mean,
now his
Spurs would be
preference, too.
interesting. Him and Wemby.
Yeah,
Wow.
they did say Spurs. I heard
And then
that.
Stephen Castle.
That would be wild.
That would be crazy.
Michael Theophil, apparently Knicks are looking at Jackson Jr.
See, Jimmy
Memphis.
Jr., I don't know. You know,
I don't really have a beat on that guy, so I don't know.
Like,
Memphis
he's
is a little
good,
bit
but it's
outside
like, is that
my
really going to
area.
be the guy, Tony? You know,
Um,
because I feel like too, you know, you'd have to give up Towns, I would think, to get him. It's Jaren Jackson.
Jaren, yeah, there we go. I mean,
Numbers good, but the thing is, like, that's on a team that wasn't that good. I mean, I guess they technically made the playoffs, but
oh, he's from Plainfield, huh?
played at Michigan State.
From New Jersey. Average 22 points a game. He's young, I guess, right?
What is he? 25?
I don't know why I wouldn't say.
Yeah,
He's 25, yeah.
There you go.
Born in Plainfield, dude. I wonder where he went to high school. Let's look it up. Played for New Jersey high school, career at the Park Tudor School in Indianapolis. All right, so didn't spend much time in New Jersey, it seems.
Okay. You know what's interesting? Nothing to do with this, but I guess I guess in 2026, PGA Commissioner Jay Monahan going to step down, and they're going with Brian Rolap as the new CEO, and he comes from the NFL.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they're tight about the merger not getting done.
I mean, Monahan, does look like he's getting a little older. He had the health thing, you know,
Okay.
but
So, whatever. Merger's
it'll
done?
be just interesting.
Merger's close today.
Everybody just says no. That it doesn't seem close. So I don't know.
That's great.
So
Mike said, by the way, Jackson All-Star last year, even with Ja. Crazy.
yeah, no, he's solid. But I just wonder if that swapping them out would be enough.
Apparently,
Like
Ja
I said, I
was
think
flashing a gun on Instagram Live again.
No way, really.
That's what Mike told me last night.
My God.
He was at some strip club on his personal phone, Instagram Live,
Just
gun.
so ridiculous. Has to do it, right? Has to.
Like,
Just like the lefty, righty, lefty. Have to
literally,
do it.
like, is something wrong with you? Like, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, that's the thing. There probably is. But
Drugs.
Could be. Could be.
Drugged up.
Yep.
Not good.
That's it. But yeah, so that's really where we're at. Any binge buddies tonight?
No binge buddies. Binge buddies been moved to Fridays
Oh,
every other Friday
okay.
now. So
There we
yeah,
go.
no binge tonight.
Back to Friday night.
Back to Friday night,
hammered.
dude. Yes, the drinking the alcohol.
Is that going to be like a prerequisite now?
Well, I mean, normally on the Friday I'd have like a beer of the
But it's
show.
like hammered now since it's like every other Friday. Like you really like get riled for it.
Yeah, maybe I will, dude.
Have you ever blacked out on Bitch Buddies?
No, I can confidently say I have not, dude. The day that I do, though, I don't know, man. I think maybe.
I mean, you don't think we could get some good reels, or
maybe not.
it would be kind of funny though, honestly, especially with Butka commenting.
What?
Have another, Tony. Have another. You know what the tough part about that is though? Like that eliminates, having the 2 for Tuesday.
It does eliminate the 2 for Tuesday,
Kind of
dude.
a little bittersweet, no?
Yeah, it is, dude. It is.
One of your favorite phrases over the years.
I mean, it's a great phrase, man.
Yeah.
The 2 for Tuesday.
Yeah.
It gets you set up early in the week too.
Yeah.
Great time. But hey, maybe it'll come back, dude.
What does Mike say? Sportsport Live DeGrami was close.
Oh, dude, when we were doing the live watch party Mets game. That was what you wanted to say. And DeGrom is out of the game.
Yes, dude. That honestly was hilarious. I'm so glad that he brought that up. That was so fucking funny. And Jacobs. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. But I think that's a good stopping point. Great show today. We'll do the Travelers preview tomorrow. Hopefully recapping some New York wins from this evening. But yeah, great show. Thank you to everybody for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jane Costume, the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees!
Let's go.
And we will see you.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.